Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm Andrew Douglas. Joining me now on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, we like to have the mayors from across the Mid-South on the Digital Desk from time to time. We are joined by Germantown's Mayor, Mike Palazzolo. Mike, how's your spring going so far? Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. So far, so good. It's springtime here in Germantown and throughout the Mid-South, and we're starting to see some of the blooms and the trees and everything else come into full bloom. And so with that, you're probably aware that a lot of people have spring cleaning this time of year, Andrew, and Germantown is unlike any other community. We have spring cleanup and as well. We have a couple events coming up this weekend. One of them, Amnesty Day and Recycling Day in Germantown, is something that's a time-honored tradition in Germantown. People really like to clean those sheds and attics and those type things. So we'll have two locations, Andrew, one at our public service complex, which is located at 7700 Southern Avenue, and we will take the big stuff there. Those are those things like bulky items like old grills, lawnmowers, tires without the rims, fencing, and other big items. And so if you have those, bring them to Southern Avenue Public Works. And then our specialty item location is the Johnson Road Park location over on the east side of town. And we're taking items like shred material. So we will take free document shredding up to 3 boxes and what we call e-waste recycling of computers and electronics. And if you're a resident of Germantown, you just need to bring your driver's license or your water bill. We usually have about 1,000 cars come through those two locations during a Saturday, April 18th. Each year, and that's from 7:30 to noon. But you have to be a Germantown resident and come bring your stuff. That's going to be very exciting for us because it'll get a lot of those things out of the landfill as well. It's ecologically sensitive. And Andrew, we have one other thing that's kind of a spring cleaning item that's really important. We have our drug take back day, and that's Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's located at the Kroger in Germantown at 7735 Farmington Boulevard. It's really safe and easy. It's a drive-through location. So you just pull up to the GPD, Germantown Police Department tent, and you don't even have to get out of your car. We'll take all those old expired drugs. It's 100% anonymous, and it keeps all those expired medications out of the wrong hands and out of our water supply because a lot of people will put those down the drain and that type thing. So those are our two kind of spring cleaning and spruce up items coming up here this weekend and the following weekend, Andrew.
Yeah, the spring cleaning certainly is very popular. Did some last week. In fact, when you have warmer temperatures, certainly spring cleaning is something that especially the wives love to do. I don't know about you, but it seems like my wife was all about spring cleaning last weekend, and it just gets people in that frame of mind. And I know that with all the spring cleaning, also people are looking ahead to school year, school projects, school things, and I know Germantown's no different.
Well, and that's a good segue into the way that we invest here in Germantown. We have a significant amount of investment that's going on. We just had our CIP Capital Improvements Program review last night. Matter of fact, our Board of Mayor and Aldermen met, and we do have the largest item in this $27.4 million capital investment goes to Houston High School. $10 million is a massive investment, and it is a big renovation to the cafeteria and to the fine arts space. That's a big investment in our high school, and we've invested over $100 million in our Germantown Municipal Schools since inception, a little over 13 years ago. Some of the other items, Andrew, that's pretty exciting. Public safety is really important in our community. We have some safety upgrades, including a new ambulance. We have a firefighter breathing equipment, so very important for our first responders, specifically our firefighters. And we're also doing a police headquarters expansion study. Our police headquarters was built in the late 70s, and right now we have 3 times as many officers as we did back in that time frame. So that's a big investment. And then also we're looking to invest in LED lighting conversion for all of our 5,000 street lights in Germantown. It's about a $3 million investment. We had calculated it was about $4.5 million, but we were able to get that price down and save our community some dollars. But this will make things more efficient, save energy, And probably most important, Andrew, is that it leads to public safety in our community as well. A well-lit community is a safe community. And finally, our Germantown Athletic Club, it's a membership club and it is self-sustainable. It pays for its own improvements and its own deferred maintenance. We are completely redoing the indoor pool, the auditorium. It's about a $4.5 million project. So we're really excited about this $27 million or so that goes into our community. And one of the other things, Andrew, I would just share, we all suffered a couple 6 weeks ago during Winter Storm Fern. And I have a feeling no one's going to call their or name a baby that's born anytime soon after Fern. We didn't like that winter storm that came through. We have just recently approved the purchase of 3 additional snowplows, and these are not the ones that you would see in the north or the east or the Midwest. These are big blades and plows that affix on current trucks that we have, and so that'll double our proverbial snowplow fleet, and hopefully we won't have storms occur in the winter every few seasons here in the South, and hopefully we won't have one for a while, but we'll be prepared as early as next winter season.
Yeah, that was the worst, and it wasn't. I mean, it was all across the Mid South that we just
Yes.
had to deal with that snow and ice, and it just did not go away. It felt like forever, but yeah. I could totally see how other municipalities are kind of retooling their thoughts and lessons learned from that winter experience, no question about it. Before we let you go, Mike, I wanted to ask you about the Germantown ballot because early voting is now underway on the May 5th primary. There is a specific ballot measure that's in Germantown, and it's about full-time mayor versus part-time mayor. Can you just talk a little bit about what the ballot is about and what voters will decide?
Sure, I'll try to be as succinct as possible. I would encourage everyone to get out and vote. Early voting starts today from 11 to 7. It continues to April 30th, and election day is on May the 5th. Our board of mayor and aldermen, our aldermen 4 years ago began to do research on whether the city would need more of a full-time and full service executive or the current model that our charter outlines, which is really, it doesn't outline any type of job, I guess, time constraints. It just has wording about the executive or the mayor will be the executive of the city and chair meetings. So this was an attempt by our board to bring the city more into the modern era. I would encourage folks to do all their independent research and their due diligence. As the sitting mayor, I have been intentional not to get involved in that from a public standpoint, but I would encourage our residents to really do a little bit of research, ask some questions, make sure they get out and vote. This county primary is very important for so many different reasons, but it's important for Germantown. And what I will say about that, Andrew, is I'm very proud of our board. 13 or so years ago, we had a measure on whether we wanted to start our own school district. Having a full-time executive is also an important measure. And so what better way than allow the people that we represent in a representative government to actually make that decision? So, Andrew, please, I would encourage everyone to get out and vote.
Okay, Mike Palazzolo, mayor of the city of Germantown, joining us on the Action News 5 digital desk. As always, Mike, thanks for making time for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew. See you next month.
Okay, sounds good. Another live look from our High Five camera on this beautiful Wednesday. 73 degrees, 10 minutes after 9. We'll be talking about some of our top stories in 1 minute on Action News 5's digital desk. Mike, as always, thank you. Appreciate it.
Andrew, we'll see you next month, if not sooner. Take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. 11 minutes after 9 on a Wednesday. That is a live look downtown from our High Five camera. That's the old bridge there, Mississippi River, on a gorgeous Wednesday. We're expecting temperatures in the 80s today. It was really nice yesterday. Some low humidity and a nice breeze. It'll be a little bit different today. We'll definitely feel the temperatures. Of course, we'll be talking more about the forecast later this morning on Action News 5's Digital Desk. But I want to get to some of the top stories we are following at this hour, and we begin with this overnight investigation that happened in South Memphis, a deadly shooting. Officers called just before 3 o'clock this morning here. This is Alice Avenue near Marjorie Street. They found 2 people shot. A man was pronounced dead on the scene. A woman was injured in critical condition, taken to the hospital. Investigators have not released information about a suspect. They are looking for the gunman in this case. If you have any information, please call or text Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and be eligible to receive a reward. That number is 901-528-CASH. Let's also go to Frazier now. The Memphis firefighters are investigating this fire that happened overnight. This is Creston Avenue near Millington Road. Heavy damage to the home, as you can see there, just in the roof, the garage, the front porch area. It's unclear right now if anyone was hurt. The cause is still under investigation. When we get an update, we will pass it along to you. Shelby County deputies looking for a killer after a senior skip day event at Shelby Farms Park turned deadly. The victim, a 17-year-old Millington Central High School student, marks the 3rd senior skip day event in the last 3 weeks to involve guns and violence. A Shelby Farms Park spokesperson says the shooting happened at the Woodland Discovery Playground. Deputy Chief Anthony Buckner says it started as a water gun fight. Millington School spokesperson said that this is incredibly difficult. Our thoughts and prayers are with the students' family, friends, everyone affected. They said the event was not school sanctioned and counselors will be available at the school all week. Jackson Hopper is expected back in court this morning. He's accused of being the gunman in the deadly shooting at Shelby Farms Park back in October of 2024. He's accused of shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend, 22-year-old medical student Ellie Young. Authorities say he then led law enforcement on a multi-county chase. Today is the first time back in court after rejecting a plea deal. He is scheduled for trial July 13th. Early voting gets underway today in Shelby County. It's primary election day, May 5th. The primary election determines the Republican and Democrat candidates in races including county mayor, sheriff, county commission, and school board. Some things to know about early voting. You can go to just about any precinct. The hours vary. Early voting ends April 30th. Election day, May 5th. Those winners then face off in the general election in August. Some community leaders and some activists want more accountability and answers following the Memphis City Council meeting. It's about the Memphis Police Department's response to the No Kings Day protest that happened March 28th. 3 people were arrested, 4 officers placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation. MPD says protesters blocked traffic, marched without the proper permit, and ignored repeated commands from police officers. Organizers insist it was peaceful until officers used pepper spray. The group wants disciplinary records made public, all body cam surveillance video released, and the officers who they say abused power fired. Memphis City Council yesterday did not address the No Kings Day protest. A Memphis man's behind bars this morning, arrested for a deadly New Year's Eve shooting in the Hickory Hill neighborhood. They charged Kobe Hope with murder and being a felon in a possession of a handgun. According to arrest records, Hope got into an argument with a victim over a Popeyes order. When the victim knocked on the door, Hope shot and killed him. The victim later died at the hospital. Nearly $17 million is headed towards a major transformation in Memphis, and the Memphis City Council checked in on the progress last night. Developers want to turn the old Melrose High School into affordable housing for seniors, with plans for 24 apartments on the building's upper 2 floors, 16 townhomes, and 11 flats in a separate building. The developer is still working to secure tax credits from the Tennessee Housing Development Agency. Some council members push back with questions about the cost of multifamily construction. The project ties into the city's goal of building 10,000 new homes by 2030. Tennessee school voucher program, one step closer to expanding. The voucher allows you to use about $7,200 for each student that gets a voucher, and then that educational fund goes to the school of their choice. The State House passed a bill that would double the number of students who can claim vouchers. It would go to 35,000 students. It still has to pass the state Senate. State leaders say if it passes, then it will go into effect July 1st. Tennessee drivers who stutter are getting new protections during traffic stops. Governor Bill Lee signed a law allowing people with communication disorders to register their condition in a state database, one that officers see before pulling someone over. The law expands what's called the Precious Cargo Act, making it clear that speech and fluency disorders like stuttering qualify for the program. Supporters say the new law prevents misunderstandings and keeps encounters with officers from escalating. A renovation permit is filed with Shelby County that could signal big breakfast news for Cooper Young. Big Bad Breakfast owners want to transform the old Mulan restaurant on Young Avenue into their newest location. Mulan's shut its doors last September after fire damaged the space. If the county greenlights the permit, Memphis gets a second Big Bad Breakfast, joining the East Memphis location that opened in 2021. Groundbreaking medical research right here in Memphis is getting a major boost this morning. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and the UT Health Science Center landed more than a $2.5 million grant money deal from the National Institutes of Health. Memphis Congressman Steve Cohen made the announcement. St. Jude received around $1.3 million for earlier childhood cancer detection and diabetes and cancer research. UT Health Science Center gets the rest to study nicotine addiction, kidney function, and blood pressure changes as we age. And the Memphis Tiger football program will host its annual spring event on Saturday. It's called Spring Fest. It gives fans their first look at the Memphis Tigers under new head coach Charlie Huff. Gates open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for fans on Saturday. Practice begins at 3 o'clock at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. It is free to the public. Another live look from our High Five camera downtown Memphis, where it is a comfortable 73 degrees at 9:18. We're back in 1 minute on Action News 5's Digital Desk. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Check that out. That's a live picture from our downtown High Five camera. A comfortable 69 degrees. The sun is shining. A little bit of clouds out there, but just a gorgeous shot downtown. Tom Lee Park, the pyramid off in the distance, I-40 bridge, Mississippi River. Fantastic day ahead for everybody. We'll be talking more about the forecast in depth with meteorologist Patrick Ellis in just a little bit. But first, I want to talk about an amazing festival that's getting underway this weekend. In fact, on Sunday, April 29th, from 11 in the morning until 7 o'clock in the evening, downtown Memphis on Riverside Drive, you can celebrate spring in Memphis at the Ragin' Cajun Festival, benefiting Porter Leaf. And it is amazing. If you love Cajun food, if you love the crawfish, the Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival is the place to be. Joining me on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, I got Mary Braddock with Porter Leaf joining me now to talk more about this festival and everything about it. It's been going on a long time, Mary, and this is it's finally here this year. Good morning.
That's right. We've been doing it for about 33 years. So we're really excited to bring it back. And that view you just shot for the weather, if we could have that this weekend on Sunday, that would be great.
Seriously, that would be fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about what it means for Port Orleans as we take a look at those mouth-watering crawfish that are going to be a part of this festival. I love crawfish myself, but you know, anytime there's a crawfish festival, it's always a celebration, and it's going to such a great cause.
Sure. You know, crawfish, when I think about it, is really kind of a social thing, a community thing that you do together with, you know, your friends. And I think, you know, that just goes back to all that Porter Leaf is. We want to serve our community. We serve about 40,000 children and families throughout the year. And so this is our largest fundraiser for the year, and people can come down and help us, you know, support everything from preschool to foster care and just really serving families in our community.
So tell me about what it's been like in the past, and you know, and so because it's going to be great weather, we already know that, and so
Yeah.
what can we expect when we head downtown?
Absolutely. So you can come on down to Riverside Drive. You'll see us. You won't miss us. We'll have two stages full of music. Of course, we'll have a Zydeco band coming from Louisiana, so it'll be just as fresh and delicious as our crawfish. And we'll have 25 vendors of you know, local food and goods straight from Memphis. So if crawfish isn't your thing, that's totally fine. We have lots of options for you. It's family friendly. It's free admission, so there's no reason not to come downtown this weekend.
No question about it. So when it comes to the benefits for the kids at Porter Leaf, how does this play a part?
This helps us raise funds for all of our work throughout the year. Of course, we do a lot of work around early childhood services and education, so that's children from birth to age 5, and that helps with preschool services, Head Start, early Head Start, all of our early literacy programming through Books from Birth. So this really goes straight to all of the services that we provide throughout the year. And lots of families can benefit from what we do. And I love that it's families helping other families right here in our community.
Yeah, no question. So let's talk about tickets, how people can get down there, and how many people do you expect or that typically come down?
Typically, we have about 30,000 people who come to the festival. And that sounds like a lot, but we are there from 11 to 7. So there's plenty of room for everyone. But yeah, it's free admission. So just come on down. And really, the cost is as much as you want to spend on food and a little fun. We'll have entertainment. We have races for our little friends. We have races for children with live crawfish. We have crawfish bobbing, crawfish eating. So there's a little something for everybody.
Oh yeah, and so once again, this is the Porter Leaf Ragin' Cajun Crawfish Festival, 33rd annual, this Sunday, April 19th from 11 in the morning till 7 o'clock, downtown Memphis, Riverside Drive. 30,000 expected, free admission, music, fun, games, and of course lots of food and all that crawfish. It's going to be great. Mary Braddock joining us on the Action News 5 digital desk. Appreciate you previewing this amazing festival. We look forward to it. Thank you for your time. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. We got a great event scheduled for you, and it's right around the corner. It's April 18th from noon until 6. We're talking about Cooper Young Fest, Porch Fest, that is. And I'm joined on the Action News 5 Digital Desk by Amanda Yarborough-Dill. She is the Executive Director of the Cooper Young Community Association. So, Amanda, this is something that's been going on for a number of years. I would think because it is extremely popular. I've heard from so many people that just love it each and every year. Tell us more about it. Good morning.
Hey there. Yeah, good morning. Okay, so Cooper Young Porch Fest is basically a full day of free concerts in our neighborhood. And all of it's free. It's all volunteer based. All the hosts are homeowners who have offered to have music shows on their porches. And then, of course, all the musicians are also volunteering their time to just come out and make it a beautiful day.
Is there certain parts of the neighborhood, Amanda, where people can map out exactly which porches have these concerts at certain times?
Yes. So we do have a map and a schedule, and that will be up on our website later today. That's cooperyoung.org. You can go there and find it. But we'll also be giving away free paper maps, just kind of like while supplies last, at the gazebo that day. So the shows are really all over the neighborhood. We probably have about 6 businesses that are along the corridor of Cooper and Young. They're hosting shows, but then the majority are homeowners, and they're basically spread all across the neighborhood.
It sounds amazing because I know that there's other things involved. You got you got the porches, which are a lot of times very prominent in certain parts of that neighborhood. You got the live music, of course, that everybody loves. What else is, just part of integrated in that community and during Porch Fest?
Yeah, so actually we also have an annual community yard sale, and since we started Porch Fest, we do it on the same day. So starting that morning, you can come and go to yard sales, and I think we have nearly 30 yard sales this year. So there will be a map available of all the yard sales too. So you can literally come to Cooper Young in the morning, go to yard sales if that's your thing, go to lunch, and then stick around for music from 12 until 6 p.m.
That sounds fantastic. I love it. What else should people know about this event?
I think just you're welcome to come. This is kind of our thank you to, from our neighborhood to the greater Memphis community who comes here. They support our businesses. Of course, people love to come to Cooper Young Festival. And so this is meant to be a celebration of our neighborhood and music and springtime, and everyone is welcome to come.
It sounds great, sounds amazing, very festive, very Cooper Young, if you will. No doubt about it. Certainly a great time for everybody. We really appreciate you coming on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, Amanda, and look forward to April 18th. Thanks for all the info.
Yeah, thank you so much.
One more time, give us the website address.
Yes, it's cooperyoung.org. And if you go there, I will have the map uploaded today. And just to let y'all know, there are 190 bands playing this year. So it's the biggest Porch Fest ever.
Wait, how many bands?
There's 190 bands on 55 porches this year. So every year it gets a little bigger. Yeah.
Wow, 190 bands. Very, very impressive. Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda. Yeah. Nice. That might be a record somewhere. I don't know.
It's definitely a record for us.
Awesome. Amanda, appreciate it once again. Thanks for coming on the Digital Desk. Good luck with everything April 18th.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Check out this video. This is from the Monster Jam that is headed to the Landers Center in South Haven, April 17th, 18th, and 19th. I'm joined on the Action News 5 Digital Desk by Blake Granger, who is a former Monster Jam World Finals ATV racing champion. He has so many other accolades and honors. He's going to be part of the Monster Jam coming later this month. Blake, nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. Super pumped to be coming back to the Landers Center. I was actually there in Maximum Destruction a few years ago. So looking forward to coming back and having a good time.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you guys travel all over the country, internationally as well. What's your background? Do you have a family? When you've been to Memphis, what's it been like? That sort of thing.
Most definitely. I'm actually only 6 hours away from you down in Louisiana. So we're going to be able to make the drive up to you guys, which is awesome because, I've been on Arena Series West this year, and I'm also on the International Series. So I have a lot of flight time under my belt. I literally live in airports and live in airplanes. So to be able to drive and come up to you guys is going to be a nice change of pace for me. But definitely, I'm a family man. I have 3 kids of my own, and we love to just go out and live the Louisiana dream, hunting and fishing and just having a good time on the boat, cooking with family and friends. And, that's what life's all about. But when it comes to Monster Jam, I love the adrenaline rush. I'm a motorsports guy at heart. I grew up racing motocross, and it transferred into a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. And you were talking about World Finals Championships. We have the ATV Championship, but we also won the Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship last year in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're coming in hot to the Landers Center. I'm excited.
Congratulations on all your success, Blake. Tell us what we're looking at right here, and is this what we can expect at the Landers Center?
Most definitely. Our Arena Series this year, it's a point series, and we are battling for another championship. I was in Arnhem, Holland just last weekend, and I was able to lock up the International Series Championship, and I left my Arena Series for 1 weekend, and I am going back to the domestic tour, and I have a 66-point lead with only 4 weeks left to go, and I'm trying to lock up the Arena Series West Championship, and we have the opportunity to potentially do that in South Haven, Mississippi, so I'm trying my best to have a good weekend this weekend as I'm heading off to Des Moines, Iowa. So hopefully when I get to South Haven, I'm bringing all my family and friends down from Louisiana, and hopefully we can have just one awesome weekend in South Haven. We're going to have a backflip ramp. We're going to have a big floor. We're going to have 8 of the best Monster Jam trucks, Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and so much more. And I just can't wait to get back on the road, hang out with my Monster Jam friends, man. We're at a tour and we're competing against each other, but we're still friends at the end of the day. And I know one thing, we bring one awesome event to Monster Jam. So it's going to be a good time. Hopefully I get to see all you Monster Jam fans there.
Fantastic. Okay, so for someone who's never been and they are interested in going this time around, tell us a little bit about the venue, like the excitement, the tone, the energy inside, and from your perspective, I mean, what's the best thing about being at a Monster Jam?
Most definitely. We have 4 events coming up in South Haven, 1 Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 Sunday. And one of the best parts about it is the Monster Jam Pit Party. Before the Saturday and Sunday day events, you can come walk the track, meet the drivers, see the trucks up close in person. The kids love it, man. When they walk out on the track and they see these 12,000-pound trucks, they're as big as it gets. And it's just such an adrenaline rush for these kids and even the adults, man. Like, who doesn't love massive American muscle? That's exactly what this is. And not only that, Monster Jam, man, we are doing things nowadays in these 12,000-pound trucks on floors just like the Landers Center that are unheard of, from 2-wheel skills to backflips to these crazy reverse sidewall saves. It's insane. And if you just watch this video you guys are playing now, it literally shows you what we are capable of doing in these 12,000-pound trucks, the carnage, the wrecks, the wild saves, the crazy moments. And that's what Monster Jam is all about. I love saying it doesn't matter if you're 3 years old or 75 years old. It's for the whole family and people that have never been before. They show up not knowing what to expect. They think it's just loud noise, big trucks, and craziness, but then they come and experience it. And when the event's over, they're like, oh my gosh, when does it come back? That was completely different than what we expected. We wish we would have known sooner. We will be back. And that's mission accomplished on our end as Monster Jam drivers and athletes. We're trying to give you guys the most fun, family-friendly, live atmosphere that you guys can get. And what makes it even better is judgeszone.com. You guys are the judges of the entire event. So we include the fans in the moment. There's not many sports that you can show up and do that. It's pretty awesome.
No question about it. So talk about tickets, how people can get them. How much are they?
Most definitely. MonsterJam.com. You can go on Monster Jam, click on the tickets link. You can see everywhere where we're headed, all over the U.S., but as for South Haven, Mississippi, you can go on MonsterJam.com. You can look at all 4 events. You can also buy your pit party passes. And something also awesome that we do is when the event's over, we have a meet and greet for up to 100 fans after every event. So they can go and also buy meet and greet tickets. That way, if they saw something crazy during the event, they can come meet with us backstage after the event, hang out with us, talk about those crazy events, talk about the backflip, talk about that crazy wreck or save that we had. It's pretty awesome. We try to do so many things to include the fans and make it truly a unique event. And that's what's so awesome about Monster Jam. And like I said, we're battling for a points championship. So we're not just showing up to drive in circles and have a good time. We are competing for a chance to go to the Monster Jam World Finals, July 4th weekend, Salt Lake City, Utah. And that right there puts a chip on every driver's shoulder to go out and perform at the best of their abilities. I know I'm coming in hot. I know last time I was there, we had a good time. We threw it down. We won a couple events. We're looking to come do it again.
All right. Well, listen, Blake Granger, you are certainly selling it for us today on the Action News 5 digital desk. I love watching this video, too. It's so intense and it's so amazing to watch. I can only imagine what it's going to be like in South Haven at the Lander Center. Appreciate you coming on. Congratulations on all your success in your career. And we'll look for you April 17th, 18th, and 19th. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me, and see you guys.
Well, good morning. I'm First Alert meteorologist Riley Winch, and we are talking about some clouds making their way into the Mid-South as we head throughout the day today. But all this rain that we're seeing in parts of Missouri, out into parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, that holds off until tomorrow. So we have one dry day to get through first, as we have some periods of clouds, but also some periods of sunshine mixing in as well. It'll be a warm and humid day to get outdoors, with temperatures warming up into the 80s by around noontime. Highs peaking in the mid-80s. That'll be between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m. this afternoon. That comes along with some periods of sunshine, some periods with a little bit more cloud cover, but the humidity is going to be there. It's going to be feeling warm and muggy out there as we head throughout the day, getting up to a high of 84 in Memphis, 86 in Marks, Mississippi, 84 in Corinth. So we're talking about a warm day, a great day to get outdoors if you're a warm weather lover. It's a shorts and t-shirts kind of day before we see some showers in the forecast tomorrow. So we see some periods of the clouds moving through, also some more periods of clear skies, especially as we head into the overnight hours. But look at how we start off tomorrow. The morning commute, as the sun rises, we are talking about some spotty showers that make their way into the region. That continues even into the parts of the afternoon. I think we'll see some clearer periods as we head towards the middle part of the day. Keep the rain gear nearby as we have some of that shower activity. But then we have the chance for some of these pop-up storms as we head closer towards sunset that move their way through the region. These can come along with some periods of gusty winds, so make sure you're keeping an eye to the sky. Download that First Alert Weather app. We'll have all the details. And notice we have a little bit of a midday lull currently in that forecast. So we're starting off with some scattered showers around. Temperatures warming through the 70s. We get up into the 80s for the early to middle part of the afternoon, but as we head towards that evening commute, approach sunset, that's when we can have some scattered storms start to pop up on the radar, coming along with some gusty winds. And notice north of I-40, that green shaded area, that's a 1 out of 5 marginal risk for the potential. Maybe we got a damaging wind gust. Some small hail can't be ruled out in some of the strongest storms. So we'll be watching those trends very closely. For now, just plan on tomorrow and Saturday being the days you want the rain gear nearby. We're on the dry side Friday in between these periods of showers and storms, and we're calling for a line of showers and storms to roll through on Saturday, and we need that rain. So as much rain as we can get to squeeze out of the atmosphere from these storms is the better, because of the fact that the drought is worsening across the area. That extreme drought indicated by the reds, even the severe drought by the oranges there, that's seeping into more and more parts of the Mid-South, and the new drought monitor comes out tomorrow. There's the potential we see even a worsening trend with that as we head into the morning hours. That's also when we're going to have some of these scattered showers and storms popping up on the radar. High of 82 degrees Thursday, but look at Friday, 88 degrees for a forecast high. This has the potential to be the warmest day of 2026 so far across the Mid-South, with some neighborhoods trying to pop up some 90s during the warmest part of the afternoon. It will be partly cloudy out there, that wind continuing out of the south, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But as we head into Saturday, that's when we see the afternoon storms. We're calling for a high of around 80 degrees. That'll be dependent on the exact timing of this line. A spotty shower possible early, but we see that more widespread line of showers and storms rolls through as we head into the afternoon, even into parts of the evening, before we gradually start to see that clearing as we head into the day Sunday. Sunday will feature quite a bit more sunshine in the forecast. Look at that high of 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies. We're waking up in the 40s, so a little bit of a chill in the air as we kickstart the days. It gets drier out there behind that cold front, but we're quickly warming back up into the 80s by Tuesday next week, mid 80s as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I have an incredible 11-year-old boy who is here in the Mid-South, and what he has done when most kids are playing sports or video games or on their computers doing whatever, he is leading and has organized a community-led effort, a pantry initiative to support families and people with food insecurity all across Memphis and the Mid-South. I'm joined on the Action News 5 Digital Desk by Jack Knight. He is here to talk more about his initiative and this idea that came about. Jack, good morning to you. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. So tell me how this initiative began. What was the catalyst that really started you thinking about creating a community initiative?
So at my school, there was 2 JKers that were only eating a part of their lunch. And so my dad's a substitute teacher, and my dad asked them, "Why aren't you eating all of your lunch?" So they told him, "So we can have something to eat at dinner." And that really made me sad, so I started helping them.
What school do you go to, Jack?
I go to St. George's Independent School.
Okay. And so you saw this, you talk with your dad, you're saying, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. Then what happened?
So we started looking for ways to help, and we thought of this little nonprofit where we set up. So I'm a big reader, so I know about Little Free Library, where you can take a book or leave a book. So I thought, why couldn't we do that idea, but with food?
Excellent. So tell me exactly what we're looking at here, because I want to show people this.
So I didn't start time-lapsing until we were almost finished, but that's me and my dad making sure the doors are on correctly and setting up the shelves for our first pantry. Now that pantry is at the Mercantile off Main.
Okay, and you have multiple pantries up.
No, right now we only have 1 pantry.
Okay.
But we have 15 sites committed, and we hope to have 4 to 5 more in the next couple weeks.
Wow. Okay. 15 sites. So what you're going to do is, in the idea of those library kind of cabinets where people can share a book and get a book and then return it, you're creating a cabinet where people can go and get food if they need it all across the area. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that's the general idea. But the reasoning that we called it Help Memphis and not something like Feed Memphis is because we're partnering with some preschool that would prefer diapers or baby wipes. And we might put school supplies near August or coats in the winter. So it's more adaptable.
I love that. I love that. So it's not just food, it's other things. It's other necessities that so many families who are in need certainly need in throughout the year, winter months and beyond. So you have 15 locations that are committed right now to one of these boxes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where are these locations? Just in different parts of the Memphis community or beyond? Where?
Well, it's Memphis and mainly Germantown and Cairo.
Okay, all right, great. And so I know that there's going to be a lot of people watching this. They're going to try and figure out maybe ways that they can get involved or tell others. What's the best method to reach out and say, hey, I want to be a part of this?
So right now, the best way is to go to helpmemphis.com or to go to the Mercantile off Main and give a few non-perishable goods, preferably cans.
Okay, great. Helpmemphis.com. Look at Jack Knight here making changes and making a real impact across Memphis and the Mid-South. Jack, we really appreciate you coming on the Digital Desk. Thank you so much and for letting us know about this great initiative that you are doing right now for our community. And good luck in 2026 and beyond.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Well, I have got a treat for you. Have you seen this illusionist? His name is Leon Etienne, and he is playing in downtown Memphis. Later this month, he's been on all kinds of different shows, national television, America's Got Talent, Jimmy Fallon, Masters of Illusion, Penn and Teller. Amazing stuff here. He is recognized for his charisma, fast-paced, high-energy, rock and roll edge performance style, and an incredible no-nonsense approach to magic. And joining me on the Action News 5 Digital Desk, I have Leon joining us right now to talk about the show that's coming up April 18th. Leon, it's nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about your background. Good morning.
So great to meet you too, man. Thank you so much for having me. Born and raised in upstate New York at 12 years old. I was grounded by my mother. I was bored out of my mind. And underneath my bed at that time, there was no internet. There was no TV in my room. So underneath my bed, I had three things. I had a fire truck, I had my hockey equipment, and I had a magic book that my grandparents gave me. And I was just out of pure boredom. I opened that book up. I read my first trick, instantly fell in love. Left my room when I was grounded, which is a no-no. And my mom was like, Leon, what are you doing out of your room? I said, Mom, pick a card, right? And she picked a card and I blew her mind. And from that day on, I've been hooked. And that was over 30 years ago.
Wow. Okay. So this is some video that we're seeing from one of your shows. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so you're seeing a lot of clips from Penn and Teller Fool Us. I've been on that show twice, from America's Got Talent. I made it to the finals on that series. And also Jimmy Fallon, and then Masters of Illusion as well. And then there's some clips from that big show, which we are bringing to Memphis. This is going to be incredible. It is basically, people describe Magic Rocks as if like David Copperfield and Van Halen had a baby, right? You put those two things together, you get a high energy rock and roll style magic show, which I feel like with the music history of Memphis and Beale Street is the perfect show for this city. We've been in Memphis before. I've done some halftime shows for the Grizzlies, and then I've done a lot of private shows. But this is the first time we've done a public show in a long time there.
Fantastic, Leon. Well, tell us what the audience can expect here. I mean, we saw a little bit of those clips, about 30 seconds or so. How long's the show? Is there interaction? What is it?
Yeah. So the show's going to be in 2 segments. We do have an intermission because it breaks up into about, it's like 60 minutes for the first segment and then about 45 for the second segment of the show. Gives people enough time to stretch. But this is a completely family-friendly show. Yes, it's high energy. Yes, there's a lot of cool visuals. But this is good for literally from everyone from grandpa to the grandkids. Bring everyone, bring the family. As a matter of fact, let me give you a little preview. Can everyone see the ring on my finger? You can see that in the studio, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Watch. If I take the ring off, watch. When I let go, check it out. It jumps right back up on that finger, guys.
Nice.
Even if I loosen it first and then let go, it still finds its way back to the finger. So that's just a little sample. This is just the stuff I do for fun for interviews. But if you like that, you're going to love what you see on TV. Now, we know what this is, right? Brand name, Sharpie marker. But in my industry, we call these magic markers. And that's because they perform magic. Look, check it out. If I touch it to the air, it vanishes. And then you get it back like that. That's pretty crazy, right? That's a fun visual.
Not bad, not bad. Who were your inspirations? You mentioned Copperfield a minute ago.
Yeah. So growing up for me, believe it or not, it's probably someone that no one's ever heard of in America because he's a Dutch illusionist. His name is Hans Klok. And growing up when I was exposed to him on TV, I was like, wow, this guy is like kind of where it's at. Very high energy, very fast-paced illusion, keeps the show going. But there was a series on TV years ago called World's Greatest Magic. And it happened for 5 years, and it was on NBC, I think. But it happened on Thanksgiving Eve, right? The perfect time to have a TV show back then because families were gathering around, getting ready for the holiday the next day. So they had this special called World's Greatest Magic, and it literally showed some of the best magicians in the world. And at that time, when I was getting into magic, that's what did it for me. I mean, I saw so many wonderful things, from close-up magic to stage magic. This show has a little bit of everything for everybody. It's interactive. I call volunteers on stage if people want to help out, but also you can just sit there and relax and enjoy yourselves as well.
Is this 2 hours? How long is it, would you say?
Yeah, so all in all, it's about 90 minutes, but there is a 15 to 20 minute intermission in between those segments of the show. So yeah, you'll be there for about 2 hours. But check it out. I can do another trick for you guys. Check this out. So we got the marker from before. We'll just place this here for a second. And the ring. Check this out, guys. I'm going to angle the camera down. Everyone, watch the ring, because if I squeeze it, and then I use the magic wand like Harry Potter, right? Check it out. I tap, and that ring then vanishes. And then you cause the marker to vanish again. And then you get the marker back like that, guys. And look, if I take that cap off the marker and shake, that ring will jump right back out of that cap. That isn't possible. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you let me know. You let me know. All right, so check this out. This is a deck of cards. I want everyone to see it is just a deck of cards, okay? And now this will work virtually through the studio. So whenever you want, please just say stop for me.
Stop.
All right, right there. I'm going to push that card forward, okay? I'm going to put my head down so I do not see this card. Tell me, can you see that in the camera?
Sure can.
Okay, look, all I'm going to do is put it right back on top of the deck, and watch how fun this is. I just cut the cards in half and bury your card right in the middle. That's fair. Now, all I need you to do is think of your card. Everyone at home, think of the card you just saw. Watch this. Think right now. Because with just a snap of the fingers, look, guys, one card and one card only has now changed color. Look, they are all blue, but look, one card only has changed color. The only one. Everyone at home, continue thinking of that card. Because with just another snap, for the first time, can you tell me what the card is?
It's a 9 of diamonds.
The 9 of diamonds?
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank God we got it. The 9 of diamonds. Exactly. So check it out. Check it out. If I put the 9 of diamonds here in my hat, right? Say stop one more time for me. Say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
All right, look at that card. You got it?
Yep.
And check it out. All I do again is snap my fingers after it goes back in the middle, and one card turns red, guys. One card and one card only turns red. Well, there is still one card that's red. It's been here in full view the entire
No way.
time.
No way.
Check it out, guys. Hopefully your card. The Two of Hearts.
Oh,
Exactly.
very
Magic Rocks,
impressive.
guys. Come see us in a couple
Yes.
weeks at the Hollerin Center. It's going to be awesome.
Very, very impressive, Leon. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the digital desk. Good luck on your tour. Congratulations on all your success. We'll see you on April 18th.
Thank you, guys. You rock.
Well, good morning. I'm First Alert meteorologist Riley Winch, and we are talking about some clouds making their way into the Mid-South as we head throughout the day today. But all this rain that we're seeing in parts of Missouri, out into parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, that holds off until tomorrow. So we have one dry day to get through first, as we have some periods of clouds, but also some periods of sunshine mixing in as well. It'll be a warm and humid day to get outdoors, with temperatures warming up into the 80s by around noontime. Highs peaking in the mid-80s. That'll be between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m. this afternoon. That comes along with some periods of sunshine, some periods with a little bit more cloud cover, but the humidity is going to be there. It's going to be feeling warm and muggy out there as we head throughout the day, getting up to a high of 84 in Memphis, 86 in Marks, Mississippi, 84 in Corinth. So we're talking about a warm day, a great day to get outdoors if you're a warm weather lover. It's a shorts and t-shirts kind of day before we see some showers in the forecast tomorrow. So we see some periods of the clouds moving through, also some more periods of clear skies, especially as we head into the overnight hours. But look at how we start off tomorrow. The morning commute as the sun rises, we are talking about some spotty showers that make their way into the region. That continues even into the parts of the afternoon. I think we'll see some clearer periods as we head towards the middle part of the day. Keep the rain gear nearby as we have some of that shower activity. But then we have the chance for some of these pop-up storms as we head closer towards sunset that move their way through the region. These can come along with some periods of gusty winds, so make sure you're keeping an eye to the sky. Download that First Alert weather app. We'll have all the details. And notice we have a little bit of a midday lull currently in that forecast. So we're starting off with some scattered showers around. Temperatures warming through the 70s. We get up into the 80s for the early to middle part of the afternoon. But as we head towards that evening commute, approach sunset, that's when we can have some scattered storms start to pop up on the radar, coming along with some gusty winds. And notice north of I-40, that green shaded area, that's a 1 out of 5 marginal risk. For the potential, maybe we got a damaging wind gust. Some small hail can't be ruled out in some of the strongest storms. So we'll be watching those trends very closely. For now, just plan on tomorrow and Saturday being the days you want the rain gear nearby. We're on the dry side Friday in between these periods of showers and storms, and we're calling for a line of showers and storms to roll through on Saturday, and we need that rain. So as much rain as we can get to squeeze out of the atmosphere from these storms is the better, because of the fact that the drought is worsening across across the area. That extreme drought indicated by the reds, even the severe drought by the oranges there, that's seeping into more and more parts of the Mid-South. And the new drought monitor comes out tomorrow. There's the potential we see even a worsening trend with that as we head into the morning hours. That's also when we're going to have some of these scattered showers and storms popping up on the radar. High of 82 degrees Thursday, but look at Friday, 88 degrees for a forecast high. This has the potential to be the warmest day of 2026 so far across the Mid-South, with some neighborhoods trying to pop up some 90s during the warmest part of the afternoon. It will be partly cloudy out there. That wind continuing out of the south, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But as we head into Saturday, that's when we see the afternoon storms. We're calling for a high of around 80 degrees. That'll be dependent on the exact timing of this line. A spotty shower possible early, but we see that more widespread line of showers and storms rolls through as we head into the afternoon, even into parts of the evening, before we gradually start to see that clearing as we head into the day Sunday. Sunday will feature quite a bit more sunshine in the forecast. Look at that high of 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies. We're waking up in the 40s, so a little bit of a chill in the air as we kickstart the days. It gets drier out there behind that cold front, but we're quickly warming back up into the 80s by Tuesday next week, mid 80s as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday.
Back to the Action News 5 digital desk. Well, we love highlighting what's coming to the Orpheum Theater in downtown Memphis, and I want to show you this. This is a preview of what's headed to the Orpheum, April 21st through the 26th. It's called Six, and it's about the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And this hilarious musical has become a global sensation, taking the microphone to remix 500 years of historical heartbreak into a euphoric celebration of 21st century girl power. Joining me on the Action News 5 digital desk, I have Reese Cameron, who is an actor in Six. So, Reese, good morning to you. First, tell us a little bit about yourself and about being a part of this musical that's traveling the country.
Well, it's so funny. I heard you guys talking about stress earlier, and I was like, there's no better way to relieve stress than coming to see an awesome show. So my name is Reese Cameron. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm one of the alternates covering 3 of the queens of the 6 queens of Henry VIII. Here coming to the Orpheum Theater, and we're so excited. A little bit about the show, though, is it's perfect for everyone. We always get to say that, is like, if you love musical theater, you're gonna love this show. And if you don't like musical theater, you're actually gonna love it probably even more, because it's like an 80-minute pop concert. So we always love to say that, and we're super excited to come on in, and it's been great.
So, Reese, tell me, describe what we're seeing here. I know this is kind of a preview of what we're going to see on stage.
Yeah, it's super emotional getting to see the B-roll all over again. I'm like, wow, that's what we do every night. But the show is about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, but it takes like a modern day lens to it. So we kind of try to give voices back to the women who've had their story written for them, usually through the male lens. And we take that lens through a pop concert and glitter and studs and a lot of pop rock music. And it is the most perfect, only one act, so no intermission, 80-minute show, and a thrilling train ride of comedy and heartfelt moments here. So you're kind of getting to see a little bit of like the Beyonce, Rockland inspired concert vibes of and previews of each number. It's just so thrilling, and it's really, really, really fun.
So tell me what the response has been across the country. I mean, you guys are traveling everywhere, right?
Yes, we are. And you know what's so incredible is we're on about like year 4-ish of touring, and we are continuing to sell out. So I always tell people, like when we do interviews in advance, please buy your tickets now, because we are selling out in every city, which is unbelievable because, you know, we're coming back to a lot of these cities for the second or the third time. But it also gives us the opportunity to come to some of these small towns, which are really important, that you don't always hit the first year of tour. So we're really, really excited.
So, you know, how does something like this come to fruition? I mean, you know, we all know the historical aspects of, you know, Henry VIII and the wives and all that. How does someone say, I have got the perfect idea? I mean, how does that happen?
Well, you know, this musical originated in the UK by Toby and Lucy, the creators of this show, and apparently it's a huge part of like the UK history of like divorced, bedded, died. If you saw like the PBS like a whole segment there,
Right.
so they saw this and they were always tested on it in school, and they thought, you know what? All of this history, like we've been told that Anne Boleyn was a temptress, and we were told all these things about these women, but if they were to speak for themselves, what would they have said? And how do we make it fun? And I think being able to be a part of a team that is all female led, very diverse, very queer, very like gender non-conforming is very freeing, especially the creators themselves. They brought themselves to this piece. And so it's a lot of British comedy, so it's very fast, it's very funny. And they took that concept from their tests and they put it into a musical because they were both studying musical theater composition at the time. They made it this amazing 80-minute pop train ride, and it just became an international success. And now we're touring over Australia and the UK and Germany, and there was just one over, I believe, in Korea, and there was like the Japanese company like coming to the UK. It's just it's everywhere, and we're so lucky. And it's, you know, doing really well on Spotify too. So it just blew up. People just loved it.
Yeah, and apparently, this is the second time, I'm looking at it, the second time that you have come to Memphis this month. The last time, I believe, was in 2023, so you're back for more. When you were here in Memphis, did you get a chance to experience the city at all? If so, where did you go?
Oh, yes. I explored all over. I believe I went to some museums. I listened to some live music. I went to the restaurant Ben Ye, and it was like my favorite place to eat ever, and I'm gonna take my whole family there when they come visit. It was just a city full of music, and that's what we love to be surrounded by. It's a perfect environment for musicians and actors. So I'm really excited to come back, to be honest.
Well, we are excited to have you, Reese, once again, April 21st through the 26th. Reese Cameron, along with a host of others, will be playing at the Orpheum about the six wives of Henry VIII, a remix, if you will, of 500 years of historical heartbreak into a euphoric celebration of 21st century girl power. Final thoughts, Reese, before we let you go.
We're so excited to see you all. You're going to love this show. You're going to laugh so hard, and you're going to hear the most incredible voices from whether you're in front row or the back of the house. Get ready for some power vocals.
All right, selling it hard on the Action News 5 Digital Desk. Reese, great to have you with us here on the Digital Desk. Congratulations on all your success, and we'll look for you later this month. Good morning. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. 10:12 is the time right now. I'm split the screen here because we have Jackson Hopper that is in court right now. He is the man accused of first-degree murder in the death of 22-year-old medical student Ellie Young. Let's listen in to court right now.
Mr. Ballard, is it now your client's position that he wishes to change his mind about accepting a negotiated settlement?
That is correct, Your Honor. And to go over what Ms. Timmerman said, within an hour of him telling you that he wanted his trial, he told me that he didn't want a trial, but he wanted to plead. And I found Ms. Timmerman to tell you that all cases are very influence the victim's family and the defendant. And I can tell you that you saw his demeanor in the courtroom. His emotions were high that day, and we are asking you to allow him to plead guilty and accept this recommendation, Your Honor.
Mr. McDaniel, how can I help you today?
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, I do.
Good morning, welcome across the bar, sir.
I'm happy to, Your Honor. Your Honor, for the record, yes, I do represent the Young family, and they are humbly asking Your Honor to accept this 40-year plea agreement. You did make it very clear at the last setting that if Mr. Hopper rejected that plea agreement, that there would be no other deals on the table. We understand the court's policy in handling these matters. Allowing this plea to go through would spare the family the additional trauma that comes with a jury trial, and the appeals and the length of time that this case would go on before they could try to move on from something like this. Accepting this plea would give them closure. They have personally asked that I share how thankful they are for how you carried yourself during this case, the time and attention that both of you, Ms. Timmerman, have given. It's helped honor Ellie, and essentially, Your Honor, we are humbly asking Your Honor we humbly ask Ms. Timmerman to reinstate the offer, and we're asking Your Honor to please accept that offer.
Not only does this, and I appreciate you for being here, thank you so much. Not only does this court have a policy of when a trial is set, it's set. It's set to go. There will be no further negotiations. And if memory serves, and I believe Ms. Timmerman can back me up on this, that offer was revoked immediately. And now it has sprung, I guess, a new life. I am not here. I do not hold this position to traumatize families or to not give defendants their day in court. I promised Mr. Hopper a trial day. Mr. Hopper, do you wish to go forward with a trial, or do you wish to go forward with a plea?
Guilty plea.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is State of Tennessee versus Jackson Hopper, indictment number 2500944. Monica Timmerman for the State of Tennessee, Mr. Leslie Ballin for the defendant Jackson Hopper. Pursuant to a negotiated plea agreement subject to this court's approval, Mr. Hopper has signed paperwork for 40 years on the charge of second-degree murder. That's pursuant to State v. Hicks. That will be served at 100% in the Tennessee Department of Corrections. Had this matter gone to trial, the state's proof would have shown that on October 19th, 2024, Shelby County Sheriff's Office responded to a homicide at 6903 Great View Drive North, which is the Shelby Farms Visitor Center. As officers arrived on the scene, they observed a female, later identified as victim Ellie Young, laying on the left side of her body with multiple gunshot wounds to her head. Deputies began CPR along with Baptist paramedics. Deputies spoke with witness Thomas Russell, who stated that approximately 12:14, he observed a male driving a white in color Honda CR-V that was later identified as Jackson Hopper in his vehicle, pull behind the victim's car, which was a Jeep Wrangler, and fired shots at the victim, Ellie Young. Thomas Russell stated that the Honda CR-V then left traveling in an unknown direction. Deputies also spoke with witness Angela Palmer, who stated that at approximately 12:14, she observed victim Ellie Young pull into the parking lot and then observed the defendant in the Honda CR-V approximately 1 minute later pull in behind victim Ellie Young, and she then observed the defendant firing multiple shots at the victim. Shelby Farms video corroborated her statement. It showed the victim pulling into the parking lot, and approximately 1 minute later, the defendant pulled into the parking lot and blocked her vehicle in. He then got out of his vehicle, walked to her vehicle, and after 1 minute and 37 seconds, the audio from the video can be heard 5 shots firing. After which, Mr. Hopper retreated to his vehicle, but after making it about halfway across the front of his vehicle, he turned around, went back to the victim, and shot her a 6th time. Medical examiner report confirmed that all 6 shots were to victim Ellie Young's head. Deputies spoke with Ellie Young's mother, Kimberly Young, who stated that the victim and her boyfriend, Jackson Hopper, just went through a serious breakup. They observed multiple 9mm Luger shell casings, with 1 shell casing under the left front driver's side tire, 2 shell casings under the rear driver's side tire, and 2 shell casings by the victim's left arm, 1 live round laying under the rear of her vehicle, and 1 live round beside her left arm, and a magazine loaded with 10mm 9 Luger rounds under a gray Toyota Camry. A broadcast was issued to other agencies, and Tipton County Sheriff's Office located a white Honda CR-V driven by the defendant that matched the description, traveling northbound on Highway 51. Tipton County Sheriff's Office detained Jackson Hopper, and he was transported to Baptist Tipton Hospital. During his drive in Tipton County, Mr. Hopper made a phone call to Tipton County 911 in which he acknowledged his identity, acknowledged that the phone call was being recorded, acknowledged that he had just shot Ellie Young and that multiple people had seen it, and asked the dispatcher to confirm if she was dead. A subsequent search of the vehicle produced 2 boxes of 9mm live ammunition, which had 30 live rounds and 20 rounds missing in each box. Detectives located a black ski-type mask, black sunglasses, and a dark baseball cap, a cell phone, and Mr. Hopper's wallet. The rear seats in the vehicle were laid down, and there were pillows and blankets spread out. TBI would subsequently confirm that the firearm located in Mr. Hopper's vehicle was the same firearm that left shell casings at the scene of Ellie Young's murder. TBI would also later confirm that the blood on the bottom of Mr. Hopper's pajama pants did match that of the victim, Ellie Young. All of the events relating to the homicide of Ellie Young did occur in Shelby County, Tennessee, and we would ask the defense to stipulate to the factual basis for the plea.
Please support and stipulate those within the state's facts have this matter going to trial. I've been representing Mr. Hopper since October of '24. We've had numerous meetings, both in person and via Zoom, concerning this case. Mr. Hopper has received the written discovery and digital discovery that he has reviewed with me during visitations, and also he's been able to view all discovery on his own with Mr. Mark Berryhill, who is with the Sheriff's Department, and he works with inmates to allow them to view digital discovery. In this case, we stipulate that those within the state's facts of the trial. We ask you to respectfully accept this recommendation and plea, Your Honor.
To be clear, Mr. Hopper was indicted on first-degree murder. The state is now offering a settlement of murder in the second degree with 40 years of 100%. That's just to be clear for the record. It started out as a murder, what we call a first-degree murder, and now he's entering a plea to second-degree murder.
Yes, Your Honor, the facts absolutely support a finding of first-degree murder. The number that we agreed on, 40 years, is not a sentence that goes with first-degree murder. It had to be second to get to the 40 years.
Thank you.
That's how it's clear.
In order to come to that number, the defendant agrees to plead outside of his range. Murder 2 carries 15 to 60. Somebody without a record like Mr. Hopper would face 15 to 25 if convicted at trial of murder 2. We ask you to allow him to plead outside the range 1, into range 2 to get to the 40 years, which is a significant amount of years.
Come around, Mr. Hopper.
Stop, come around this way. Watch your step. Come forward, stand right here, face you on, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat, please. Watch your step, and I'll need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Reporter. Please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Jackson Cole Hopper.
And Mr. Hopper, are you the same individual listed under indictment number 2500944?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you if you are able to read and write the English language. I'm not asking you that to embarrass you. I'm asking you that to make sure that I know that you understand the words on this paper.
Yes, Your Honor.
Take a look at this document. Do you recognize that document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
It says order on guilty plea. Did you go over that document with your attorney, Mr. Ballin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you able to sit down with Mr. Ballin and ask him questions about that document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he explain to you what would have happened at your trial on July 13th?
Yes, Your Honor.
You would have had the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
You would have had the right to cross-examine any witnesses that came in here to testify against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You would have had the right to call your own witnesses to testify for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're asking this court to not only revoke that trial date, but accept a guilty plea to murder in the second degree.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to give up your right to the jury trial?
No, Your Honor.
The trial I promised you. No one's threatened you.
No, Your Honor.
No one's made any promises.
No, Your Honor.
May I have that document back, please? Are you satisfied with what Mr. Ballin was able to work out for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need any additional time with him before I proceed?
No, Your Honor.
And you've had enough time to speak with him about all of the facts in this case that you heard Ms. Timmerman read, and you've had enough time with him to talk about the charges in this indictment.
Yes, Your Honor.
You've discussed any potential defenses with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he advise you about the maximum and the minimum should you have gone to trial on the first-degree murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you waived formal reading of your indictment initially in your first appearance. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that this is a negotiated settlement that I do not have to accept?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state made a recommendation. You've indicated you're willing to accept it today. Is that an actual fact?
I'm sorry?
Do you wish to accept the negotiated settlement?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're currently on probation or parole, this will affect that status, but based on what Mr. Ballin has told me, You don't have a prior record, so you're not on probation or parole, correct?
That's correct, yes,
And you've
Your
been arrested on these charges.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Take a look at this document for me. Upper left-hand corner, do you see State of Tennessee versus you, Jackson Hopper?
Yes, Your Honor, defendant Jackson.
Do you see indictment number 2500944?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bottom right-hand corner. Do you recognize your signature?
Yes, Your Honor, that is my signature.
And what is it that you signed for, sir, in the middle?
I signed for a conviction of murder in the second degree at a sentence of 40 years with a fine of $0 and location of Tennessee Department of Corrections at the range of 2 and 100%.
Do you understand that this plea may be used against you in enhanced sentencing on any other matter should you go before the court in any other jurisdiction?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I have that document back, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you would be a convicted felon the moment you step down?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
will be rendered infamous, unable to possess or own a firearm, unable to vote, unable to run for office. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
This will be a conviction on your record. It will affect your ability to obtain employment, perhaps housing, should you be released after 40 years at 100%. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And one last time, you want to accept the state's negotiated settlement.
Yes, Your Honor.
You do not wish to have a trial.
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down. I will accept the negotiated settlement. And I just want everyone to be very aware. I am a woman of my word. I only accept this negotiated settlement so that the family can begin to heal. And not just the young family, but your family. The devastation to both families is immeasurable. The trauma that will continue is, again, immeasurable. I can't even formulate the words of the pain of losing your loved one and your mother of losing you. I only accept it so that you can now begin to heal. When you first came to this court, I asked you for grace, I asked you for patience, and I told you, I am so deeply sorry for your loss. I told you, I'm happy for you to be here, but I hate that you're here. And I do this for you, so that you can leave this building never to return, so that maybe you can get some rest, and maybe you can continue to honor your loved one. But know that, but for you and Mr. McDaniel speaking on your behalf, we would be picking a jury in July. Thank you for your patience. Again, I'm so sorry. Good luck, Mr. Hopper.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Recess.
Court stands in recess.
Thank you guys for waiting on me. Love the early morning meeting. It's crack of dawn, it's dark outside. Me too.
We say everything.
You're always
Hey, Cynthia. Cynthia.
Baby, my mama be
She can put up with me. She can put up with you.
You know that one of y'all back there.
Don't go.
Spell my name right. It ain't Harris. Clark. Baby, everybody. Sherilyn Madison. Carla.
This is like his
Patterson.
third violation. No, I don't want to get.
I will make sure.
Is anybody here a victim with the case in 5? Family of a victim with the case in 5?
Just wash that way.
These are they don't talk. Why are they not here? We're gonna have a problem.
We're gonna have to get the family preference. You walk that way. Here's one.
Oh,
Excuse me.
Leslie. Can we talk to you?
Yeah, give me a minute.
All right. And where did family go?
They're still in there.
Oh, they're still in there? Okay. I told them, I said, look, get down here.
Where's my reporter? She's supposed to be here.
Y'all be done.
I've been following a schedule. Oh, how's your tripod attached? Look at that. You got it. Yeah. Well, it's always hard. I wish my reporter was here, but
Yeah.
we could do. It's all right. You might have a light. Oh, you do.
No, I don't smoke. Hey, how are you?
Take 35. I got 3,500.
I got 36.
Yeah. So put that light on like 32. Like that. Mix. That's too warm. Right there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we.
Let's set up, and we're gonna have to hold the mics. Since there's no
have to.
reporter here.
I'll hold this.
Hold on 1 second.
Whoa.
Hold it. Everybody. You focus first. All right.
It's often
Hold on a second.
It's often been said that this building, known as 201 Poplar, is a building of pain and agony. And this case is an example of pain and agony for the Young family, for Mr. Hopper's family, and just after 49 years of practicing law, it never gets easy. Cases like this, it's just tragic. And if we could turn back the hands of time, this would be a case that you would want to turn back the hands of time on.
I haven't been whatever, but you know, it went for first degree, and now you're accepting the plea of second.
Yeah.
Second, he's accepting.
What changed, Mom?
Yeah, what changed?
You know, that gets into attorney-client conversations, and not comfortable in sharing that, obvious reasons. But this resolution, I think, was helpful for the Youngs, of course, as far as punishment-wise for Mr. Hopper. You know, some break, but not a whole lot. 40 years at 100%. It's a significant sentence. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye, Matt.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, sir.
Let us sit up first.
Yes,
and then
so
we hold the
don't
mic.
start yet. I'm gonna give you all my cards so you can get my spelling right. The family's asked that I give a few comments.
Yes, sir.
No one particularly, sir. You've been here quite a while, wanting to hear something.
Let's set up. We got to hold the mic since there's no reporters here to hold it.
Hold on.
Is your reporter here? All good. I can just hold it.
Sorry. First.
Go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Give me your name, how you spell it.
Okay. My name is Mark McDaniel Jr., M-A-R-K, M-C-D-A-N-I-E-L, Jr., J-R.
And when we're doing the interview, can you look at me?
Look at you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My name is Mark McDaniel Jr., and I represent the Young family. We're here in court today. Jackson Hopper just accepted a guilty plea to second-degree murder, 40 years at 100%. The family has asked that I give a few comments, primarily about Ellie. The focus on this case has been on the prosecution and on Mr. Hopper. We decided to allow this plea to go forward today, primarily to give the family the closure that they deserve. They need time to be able to heal. It's gut-wrenching to lose a daughter like they did. It's even worse to lose a daughter and then also have to go through the court process. Today's resolution allows them to move on from the criminal charges here in Shelby County and begin healing and trying to reshape the lives that were completely shattered and turned upside down on October 19, 2024. Ellie was an incredible soul who made such an impact in the 22 years that she had on this earth. She was going to make an incredible physician, and the world would have been a better place if she was still here. But unfortunately, despite her being murdered, she will still continue to make an impact. We hear from people every day who contact us and let us know some interaction that they had with Ellie or something that Ellie did that made them a better person. So we want the focus today to be on the incredible person that Ellie was and the impact that she's going to continue to make despite her no longer being here. We appreciate y'all, the media, for giving the family the privacy that they've asked for. They're private people, and we would ask that you continue to give them their privacy. In addition to that, we want to thank Monica Timmerman, the lead prosecutor on this case. She has worked zealously in bringing this case to a final resolution, and finally thank Judge Addison for her time and care in presiding over this case, helping us get to a quick resolution in the grand scheme of things in a murder-first case. This case could have been dragged out for many, many years, and we're grateful that at least this part is over. So.
I just had one additional question. I know a few weeks ago, we were in court, and that was expected to be the date that Hopper was going to take a plea deal, and he decided to turn it down. Can you give us any insight as to how the parents were feeling and the family of Miss Young were feeling, just how this was dragged out further than it should have been?
The family has never been involved in the justice system at all. A month-long process is a long process, much less a year and a half. So ultimately, finding out that the case was going to continue to be drug out, yes, there was a trial date set for July. It's not a guarantee that the case would get tried in July. And then ultimately, upon my review of the proof, I do believe there would have been a conviction for murder in the first degree. But there's so many appeals that come after that. So how they were feeling, they never wanted to be brought into this process. They never wanted their beautiful daughter murdered. And ultimately, this spares them additional trauma of having to get on the stand at the trial and having the CSI evidence that would unfortunately show things that they would never be able to recover from.
And my question to you, I heard the judge in court talk about healing, and we're talking about healing. What does that look like now? I know as a family who no family ever imagines to be in that position, but where do you even begin to start to heal? What does that look like for you?
Most people, fortunately, will never go through something like they have. I can't speak from personal experience what that looks like. I know it involves a lot of prayer, a lot of therapy. The Young family is a very tight-knit family. They rely on one another. How they heal is honoring Ellie as they move forward. Her light was not put out on October 19th, 2024. It's continued to be lit to this day, and they will continue carrying that torch forward.
Can you talk about the charges in Dyer County and if there's any possibility to make such charges there or plea deal there?
Any open other litigation I can't speak on right now. I do believe that he will eventually be moved from here to the Tennessee Department of Corrections to begin serving a sentence, but he does have open other criminal matters in numerous other counties. No idea what he's going to do. I believe Mr. Ballin's been retained to represent him on those charges.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You good? Everybody else was. We're gonna try to speak to the family.
They want to what? It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be in this.
Yeah.
He said he was back. Okay. At least when I saw him, he was walking. Okay.
Who's coming back?
So
We need him to come back.
You got his interview already.
We already got Ballard.
Oh, you got that one?
We already got Ballard.
Didn't go into detail or anything about why he changed his mind.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Attorney, client
he
privilege.
can talk about that.
No.
So, in other words,
That was the family attorney. You can try to get the family,
but I thought he said that the family doesn't want to talk. They don't want
Did he?
to talk. Yeah, well, he just, that's what he just said, that he was speaking on behalf of the
Respect their
family.
privacy,
Yeah. Good. It's the last thing I can get. It was a big group.
Oh, you know what, definitely. Yeah. Yes.
Is this yours or mine?
How are you, Scott?
Good, how are you?
Again.
Good to see you as
You
well.
look great as always.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry. Big Wednesday morning, huh?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, whenever you guys are ready. Yeah. Just want to say I'm gratified at this outcome. I think it's a fair and just result. The important thing is that the family is satisfied with this outcome. You know, cases like this could drag on for decades, and the family can be re-traumatized by all the proceedings. In this case, we're giving the family closure. I think the 40 years is a fair result, and I want to commend Ms. Timmerman and really everybody else that worked on this case. They really worked very hard and got what I think is a just result.
Attorney Timmerman, I have a question. So last time that we saw Hopper in court, he was pretty resistant to doing a deal or going that route. What changed to now?
That is, That is unknown. That would be a question, I guess, for Mr. Hopper or his attorney. But I think the reality of the facts against him, that if he were to try this case and be found guilty on first-degree murder, which we were confident that we would have gotten a conviction for first-degree murder had this matter gone to trial, that he was facing a 60-year sentence with release eligibility after 51. So I think that realization
Jamie Jenkins
likely dawned on him.
Jamie Jenkins.
And he had a change of heart based on that.
This was the case that, as DA Mulroy mentioned, you guys put a lot of time and energy into. You said you were confident you would have gotten a conviction. How does it feel to be standing here right now with this outcome?
This is a case that I began working on it on October 19th, 2024 when it happened. Our goal is always to get justice for victims and for families. And in this case, I think that Ellie's family being able to move on and being okay with the 40 years, that brings me peace with it. We were prepared to try it, absolutely. But for their intervention, we would be trying it in July. And it really was grace that they extended to the defendant that got us to this plea.
And I'll also add that just in the room there with the family, you asked how Ms. Timmerman feels. Ms. Timmerman was visibly moved. I think she formed a bond with the family and put her heart and soul into this case.
Is that why you got a little emotional when I asked that question?
Yes, I'm sorry. I do try to keep it together, but yeah, it has been an emotional ride. It has been a very intense case. The facts were always on our side, but there were so many of them that getting them all together it has involved a lot of work and a lot of communication with the family, and I have developed quite a strong relationship with them.
Can you guys talk at all about his charges in Dyer? You know, is he going to be transferred anywhere, or is it too soon to kind of talk about any of
I
that?
don't really think we can speak to that.
Right. No, I think we can say that he's definitely going to be transported out to that district, that judicial district. But other than that, I don't know what their position is or what route that they're going to take.
That'll be up to them. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care now.
No one's texted me anything about a live hit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had over 110 people there. Oh, way. Wow. See you.
Text Hannah, I'm done with the web stream. Web streaming this apparently.
Do you want me to turn this off?
Okay, I think I'm gonna do a stand-up.